We have owned our 2024 Tesla Model 3 for almost 1 year and put almost 10,000 miles on this car. And today I wanted to go over what it was like living with this car for the past year, talk about everything I like, don't like about it, maintenance, what it's like driving with this thing over the past year from a car person and enthusiast perspective like myself. This is Shep's Garage, and I hope you guys do enjoy this video. But first, if you're new to the channel and the first time seeing my face on your screen, don't forget to please click that subscribe button down below for more awesome car content and Mark 8 GTI content on this channel. I'm trying to become a full-time YouTuber and I cannot do without your guys' support. You guys have been showing the channel so much support lately. I can't thank you guys enough. But first, I do want to point out something. I was going to do a Mark 8 GTI video today. However, that car has been giving me quite a bit of headaches recently. So it is currently at the repair shop getting worked on. I will update with you guys on video on what is going on with that whenever it decides to come back from the repair shop. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And without further ado, yeah, Mark 8 GTI coming video soon. And yeah, back to the Tesla video. Now, I'm trying not to be a Tesla channel, and obviously most of my videos are not on this car. However, as the GTI and the 911 are out currently getting things done to them, you know, I really didn't have a choice to make this video, and it's also been a year, so I feel like I would have made a video talking about this stuff anyway. So yeah, it's still crazy though that we have owned this car for almost 1 year already. I mean, in a month it will be a year, which is crazy. Time flies so fast, it is unbelievable. Anyhow, in this video I wanted to go over everything with this car over the past year, what it was like living with, maintenance, etc. And let's start with that first topic, and that is maintenance. Now, as this car is an electric car, you'd expect that the maintenance is very low, which you would be right. And right about now, the car would need maintenance, but to be honest with you, there really isn't much to say. Normally right now in these 1 year update videos, I would have talked about everything we need to get fixed on it. And to be honest with you, there's really nothing, honestly. I want to say nothing. There really isn't anything major. The only things that we've had to do costed less than $100. At 6,000 miles, we had to get the tires rotated, so the front ones in the back ones on the front. Basically rotate them. They like Tesla recommends that, so we did it. Our windshield fluid was low, so we topped that off. And the frunk latch broke, so this wouldn't stay down. Tesla quality, but it was under warranty obviously, so it is officially fixed, and that costed nothing. So yeah, it literally costed $100 in maintenance basically to own this car up until 10,000 miles, 1 year, which is pretty good. With that maintenance category done, I do want to talk about everything we've liked with this car over the past year. Now, as I said many times, we're all car people, so you may be wondering, how in the world did we end up with a Tesla? As a car person family, all of us love cars, so how did we end up with this car? Well, the short story is, well, my dad took my mom's car. Long story short, my mom needed another car, and she leased this for 2 years. The reason why she chose this was because it was a cheap, inexpensive lease that she didn't have to put any money into the car. And just like I said, she barely put anything into this car, and it has almost 10,000 miles on it already. Comparing this class of car to, let's say, a BMW 3 Series, which was another car that she was looking at, a BMW 3 Series was almost like double the price of this, and you also have to put money into a BMW 3 Series. A BMW 3 Series is a very nice car, but considering the more benefits that come out of this as a daily driver, it is so easy to live with and drive. One of the things that we all appreciated with this car is it always works whenever you walk up to it and drive it. There's no problems mechanically that you can expect with this car. Obviously, they will down the line around the 100,000, 200,000 mile mark, but that's not going to happen anytime within our ownership. This car is dead on reliable. Every time my mom walks into it and takes it to work, she doesn't have to worry about gas or oil or taking in for service, because it all is all done like right at your house, and it is really, really nice and convenient. There's nothing to worry about when you drive this car, which is something that you don't take for granted when, you know, you drive something else. Those points do have their downsides, which I'll get into later in the video, but I want to talk about everything we do love about this car. It's such an easy daily driver. Like I said, there's really nothing to think about. All you have to do is open the door and then put it in drive. That's really it. There's no, you know, on button or anything. You just hop in and go, and it's ready for you on the next drive. And it's great, and everything is, you know, shows all the information on your phone, and it's super convenient to live with. Another thing that we've also loved and took advantage of with this car is the practicality. Tesla, in my opinion, does a really good job in usage of space for storage in this car. The one thing that I think car companies don't do well these days is finding storage spaces in the cars. You know, cars are getting bigger these days, and, you know, parts are getting bigger and they rob space, whereas this car, obviously there's only one moving part on the bottom of the car to make the electric motor move. So because of that, this car has a great usage of space. So obviously we have the trunk here with these cubbies go very, very deep into the car, and then you have all this space under here, and then not to mention all the cubby holes in the side door pockets, and then you also have the front trunk. So the great thing about this car is we could really pack stuff into this car, and what's really crazy is we could get more in this car compared to our $70,000 Audi Q8 SUV, which apparently is Audi's flagship SUV. This car, we can't fit a lot of stuff. We can't pack the back for when we go on vacation, whereas this car, the usage of space is so well used. It is so easy to really pack things in this car compared to our Audi Q8, which kind of blows our mind. When we took this car to Martha's Vineyard, and along with the Q8, and the Q8 had to leave early, we could get everything in this car. Beach chairs, suitcases for 4 people, everything in this car, and we still had room left over. Another thing that we've also enjoyed is also to not pay for gas. This car obviously is electric, and we charge it at our house every single day or whenever we need to charge. And when it comes to having 4 other gas cars, it's kind of nice to hop into something and, you know, not have to worry about, you know, maintaining it well. And that does have its downsides, which I'm going to talk about later in the video, but it's kind of nice to just have a car that doesn't need anything, and it kind of offsets, you know, all of the costs that, you know, the 911 needs, or the S5 or the GTI or whatever. You know what kind of get what I'm saying? Another thing that we also enjoyed as well is the GPS in this car is really, really good. The satellite view map and the way it maps out the chargers is awesome, and it's worry-free. You know, that's the main reason why we got this car compared to, let's say, another electric car, is because, well, we had a bad experience with a non-Tesla electric car, but also with the supercharger network and everything, it really takes off that range anxiety worry from this car. Additionally, this car has a really good Bluetooth connectivity to it. The car basically is the Bluetooth setting in your phone, and my mom's on the phone all the time for work, so it really is helpful for her to have a car with a good Bluetooth system. She doesn't have to fiddle with the screen to connect her phone every single time. You know, she hops in and she knows it's connected because obviously the phone's her key, and that is super convenient to her, and which is great because, well, she's on the phone all the time for work, basically. So those are some of the big things that we've enjoyed over the past year with living with this car. Now I want to talk about the things we've started to not like about it. Alright, I do want to first talk about the driving experience with this car. This is a nice car to drive. It gets the point of driving across, and what I mean by this is it gets the idea of a car get from A to B, and it does that super well. You can start from point A and you'll know you'll make it to point B. It does that very well. Everything else about it, it does not do super well. It doesn't have any character to it. It's a very, very boring car. The steering is quick, but it's not great. It's fast, but just because something's fast doesn't mean it's good to drive. It's not good to drive. It doesn't provoke any emotion when you drive it. It just gets from A to B. And, you know, for a daily driver like this, and something that we were looking for was a cheap daily driver that doesn't need a lot of maintenance, it does this very, very well. But it does not replace our Audi S5 or my mom's 911 or my GTI, for example. You know, it's just a car. And that's something that we have to understand, is it's not a fun car to drive. Which, you know, there are some people that have dreamt of owning a Tesla, and that's great. But as a car person, I've always loved to feel something when I drive a car and after I drive a car. And I get all those emotions from the RS5 or our 911 or my GTI, for example. But from this car, I don't get that emotion at all. It's just a car, and that's something that is a downside about it. While I'm in the interior, I may as well talk about the interior, as we don't really like the interior of this car. It's nicer than our old Model 3 Performance that we had a couple years ago, but it's nowhere as German quality as what we like, for example. The quality in here is fine, you know, it's what you would expect as Tesla as a brand is. I mean, I don't think Tesla is a luxury car maker. I would put them on the entry level car, we'll put it that way, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not nice in here. It's not Audi or BMW or Mercedes quality. It's just, you know, it's very eco-ish in here, which, you know, it's not solid. It's fine. We'll put it that way. It's just fine. It does have great features and everything like that, but, you know, the seats aren't like, they're fake leather and everything, and it has a lot of you know, eco-friendly materials in here, which, again, like I said, nothing wrong with that. It's just we don't really like the interior of this car. The seats are comfortable, which is what matters most, but it doesn't have like a luxury feeling in here, which is something that my parents like. And unfortunately, in order to go up to what Tesla considers their luxury car, the Model S, it's like double the price of this car to lease, or triple the price to be frank, or maybe 4 times in some cases. But it's just way more for basically the same car. So the quality throughout Tesla's models is pretty consistent, and you're really getting the same quality in a Model 3 versus a Model X, and that's just sort of what I'm finding. But yeah, the interior is fine. It's not great, and it's just something we've noticed with this car. Final thing that we at least don't enjoy for the past year of owning this car is Tesla's customer service. It is probably the worst customer service I have ever experienced. There are some good times that we've experienced with them, but most of the time it's horrendous, and I don't understand why. Now, Tesla is a pretty much online only based car company and tech company. You know, everything that you deal with is online, like through ordering and everything. And they have a great delivery staff in person when you pick up the car and everything. And it was a great experience when picking this car up. I mean, the delivery staff are really great. But when it comes to the sales, like showroom staff and the service staff at times, it can be somewhat difficult. An example of this was yesterday. I'm currently filming this on Sunday the 20th, and the 19th, Saturday, I went into Tesla to ask a question about buying this car off the lease, like terminating the lease, turning it in early, because we were just thinking about doing that. When I walked into the showroom to ask what our lease payoff was, like thinking that could just be under our account on their side, they looked at me like I had 3 eyes. They told me that I have to contact the the leasing company that leased us this car. Tesla doesn't do their leasing. They don't have a finance team at Tesla. Santander, a bank, does all that stuff for them, and they kind of partnered with them. For as a car company as tech savvy as Tesla, you would think they would have your lease buyout or how many payments you've made in the app somewhere on your account, but you're telling me I have to call a whole nother company to just find out how much the buyout is on the lease, which is ridiculous. I walked into a BMW dealer, an Audi dealer, a Volvo dealer, or Porsche dealer, any car dealer at all, and I asked them, hey, how much do I have left on my lease? They would tell me the payout. It would be in their system. It seems like the sales staff are only trained to sell you the car or tell you information about the car and not know any of the other nitty-gritty details behind the scenes about the cars. That's just sort of my take and opinion on that experience. But in conclusion, I would say this year has been a pretty positive year with our Tesla Model 3. I would definitely recommend buying this car to someone that's looking just for a good daily driver and to get from A to B, and that's it. If you're looking for a good sporty daily driver, this is not the car you're looking for. So I hope that provides some explanation for how this year has been, and I do look forward to seeing what the future of this car brings. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.